let's have a great time. I'm going to introduce Julia from Frack Action. Thanks so much, everybody. Let's rock this out.
Hey, everybody. We gather here today as one of the largest and most powerful grassroots movements in New York State's history to demand that Governor Andrew Cuomo and our elected representatives ban fracking and pioneer a renewable energy economy because our lives and the lives of our children depend on it. We have a lot to be thankful for right now because we are winning in New York against the most powerful industry in the world. And I want to share some good news with you. Today, the reputable monthly Siena poll was released. And despite untold millions that have been spent by the gas industry in the past few months on TV, print, radio ads, robocalls, and mailers, again, we won that poll! Across the state, New Yorkers oppose fracking 44 to 37%, and upstate, a whopping 52 to 38% opposed. To many of us, we believe those poll numbers are lowball of the opposition, but to the people in this building, those polls represent an unquestionable reality. And we have come to our state's capital today to tell Governor Cuomo that the oil and gas industry has lost New York in poll after poll because they are liars. New Yorkers aren't buying their lies, and neither should he. We are here today to say to our governor that although politics is sometimes the art of compromise, there is no compromising our water, our air, our health, and our future. We have the science, truth, and unwavering commitment and determination of the majority of New Yorkers on our side. It is time for you, Governor Cuomo, to lead this state with a renewable energy economy so that our state can lead this nation. Join us. And friends, although we have come a long way in the past 5 years, we still have a long way to go, and we must remain vigilant. We planned this rally today because it is the last week of the New York legislative session, when 90% of the backroom deals are being wielded and dealt. We are here to call on the state legislature to pass the fracking ban bill. To pass the moratorium bill and to pass the solar bill. And just as there are bills to pass, there are also bills to kill. Do you want to know what the gas industry's priority bill is so we can stop it? The gas industry has been lobbying hard to pass a bill that gives them yet another exemption to build out liquefied fracked gas storage facilities and fueling stations throughout New York with no government oversight, no permitting. This bill has already passed the Senate, and we need to urge our allies in the Assembly not to pass this bill. We've also heard rumors that the Cuomo administration, along with some of our environmental allies, may be willing to cut this deal in order to get the Senate Republicans to pass the solar bill. We have to tell them, you can't have it both ways. We are at a crossroads. No compromise. Please take a flyer and make the call to Assembly Sheldon Speaker today. Our time to choose a path to 100% clean, safe, and abundant renewable energy is now.
At Love Canal 35 years ago, I believed that the government would do the right thing. We had 56% of our babies, more than half of our babies, born with birth defects. More than half of our babies, and the government said, we can do it. We have technology. Don't worry, we'll fix them, 40% of them were low income. And we brought the governor to his knees and the President of the United States of America to our backyard. It's in our own hands by going from neighbor to neighbor to neighbor, by rallying like you're rallying here and have been rallying for a long time. It's about people power. If Governor Cuomo thinks he's going to be President of the United States and allow fracking in New York, he's got a whole other thing to think about. There is no safe way to frack, but there is safe way to have alternative energy. It is insane to go to fracking. I've visited people all across the country, and what you end up with, and what Pennsylvania, Wyoming, Colorado, all the states that have had fracking for years, is millions of little love canals, way deep in the ground, in which you can't find responsible parties. Poison people, poison water, poison land, poison air. That's what you get from fracking. And in New York State, because we are New Yorkers, we can and we will stop it.
Man, she's such a hero. It's really awesome to have you. Listen, if you haven't seen the movie A Fierce Green Fire, watch it. It tells a good portion of the story of what happened at Love Canal, and it's definitely something we all should know about. The Department of Health actually told the people of Love Canal that there was a high concentration of people living in the same area with genetic defects when they were all getting sick from these chemicals. So this is kind of what we're up against, and this is one of the fighters that has changed the way things work. So we're really lucky to have her with us. All right, moving on. An acclaimed actor and master of her craft, our next speaker has been an ardent anti-fracking activist, advocate, and is the executive producer for the film Gasland, and also a creative contributor as well. It is with great pleasure that I introduce Deborah Winger. Deborah.
I'm really only speaking today, and I'll be brief because one of my personal heroes is following me. I'm speaking because Josh Fox, the director of Gasland and Gasland 2, cannot be with us today because he's on the Grassroots tour for the film, and we have a march and a rally in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I just want to say that as we demonstrate our democracy that we are recreating as ours is being taken away from us, we can't forget in the state of New York how unbelievably supportive Pennsylvanians have been. And that must be reciprocal, and sometimes it's not the easiest thing to get on a bus and go to Harrisburg, but if you're free tomorrow and you can make it, Josh wanted me to say that. But I will speak to democracy, and I will speak to the power of this grassroots movement, which has been the answer to our democracy being taken away from us. And as we tour with the film, and as it'll be aired on HBO on July 8th, and I hope if you don't get HBO, you can find a party with somebody who does have HBO and invite people over to watch it. But as you watch that film was born out of the same thing that this movement was born out of, which is taking it into our own hands. We don't have to be told what it looks like anymore. It doesn't look like the corporate America of yesterday. It doesn't look like Citizens United. It looks like United Citizens. I want to say that I'm feeling hopeful. I don't know. I feel hopeful The film has been speaking to people. Josh has been on tour now for a few weeks across the nation. There are people demonstrating that new democracy in every place that fracking has come. And so I feel a little hopeful, and I feel that the people in the gas lands are showing us that there will be a future for renewables, that we will go to the hurt places first, and we'll make it better. But we can't do that until we get the power of New York behind us. So thanks for all showing up here.
I don't want your millions, mister. I don't want your diamond ring. All I want is the resident, mister. You can be my land for me. Take a look at Pennsylvania. I don't want your diamond ring.
inspiration, a hero, a friend, Dr. Steingraber.
System.
for how to become 100% carbon-free by 2030. And we have brought you ourselves in the form of a massive human rights movement to say that we are already blazing that trail for you, to say that our feet are already marching down that road. Our children are already running ahead of us. Our destination is climate justice. Our destination is unfractured New York. Our destination is an economy powered by wind, water, and sunlight. The route that takes us there is for my generation and yours, Governor Cuomo, the road to Birmingham, Alabama. And the fractured shale beneath our feet is our lunch counter in Greensboro. We are on a journey to survival. And in this travel, we will not desist. Governor Cuomo, we know you see us. But there are three people who are not among us today that you don't see, and I want you to know their names. The first is Richard Bell, a World War II vet and the former tax commissioner for the city of Corning. Richard Bell died last September at age 88. But this is what he asked his son Gregory to write in his obituary. With his background as a tax assessor and his love of the region, he was appalled by proposals to allow high-volume hydraulic fracturing for natural gas. He knew that such failure-prone industrial activities would immediately reduce property values and tourism, and as a result, any memorial gifts are requested to be sent to New Yorkers against fracking. Is also not here with us today. Chris was the talented videographer who documented our August rally here in Albany. Chris died at age 22 last month in an accidental drowning. But in his place here today is Chris's father, John Dennis, who is documenting our rally in March and June today with his son's camera. Happily, he lives. But on May 31st, he suffered a serious stroke, and I have left his side for the first time since that date. Because like Chris Dennis's father, and like Richard Bell's son, I know, and the people all gathered here today know, that the work we must do together to ban fracking once and for all is bigger than any one of our individual tragedies. Because we are fighting for everyone's sons and daughters and husbands and families, because we are fighting for life itself. Governor Cuomo, we are already on the road. We are picking up the cameras of our dead family members, and we are not stopping until we get there. Here is the map. Join us.
I don't know if you are aware of this, but New York is synonymous with the United States. In many parts of the world, when you talk about being a US citizen, they say, oh, that's New York. So New York has a tremendous reputation. And Governor Cuomo is the governor of a very important state, a state that is not only important for the United States, but for all over the world.
Unstoppable, statewide is possible. We are unstoppable. Statewide is possible. We are unstoppable. Statewide is possible.
Listen, I want to thank all of you for coming out today. Some of you, this flash flood warning, some of you have already left to go home. But I want to thank you for coming out. Don't be so discouraged. We're winning this battle. Yeah! We will finally be able to say that New York State will lead the way in not allowing hydro-fracking. For the moratorium bill. If that doesn't pass, we're still going to keep fighting, and the ultimate goal is my ban bill to once and for all finish this issue off and show the rest of the country that this is a very bad practice. It ruins the environment, it ruins people's health, and why the heck are we doing it just so the oil and natural gas companies can make more money? Yeah. It shouldn't be about money, it should be about people and people's health and the environment. And again, I want to thank you for coming out, because this has been, in my opinion, the single largest grassroots effort on environmental issues in the history of this state. And at the end of the day, we're going to win because of all of you.